The Storm lost a hard fought game in double overtime. Welcome back to another episode of the Seattle Sports Show, where we love Seattle pro sports. I'm your host, Mikey, and today we are talking about another Storm loss. Now 0-2 on the season, losing to the Minnesota Lynx for the second time already in double overtime, 93-102. Now we lost that game by 9 points, but obviously went to double overtime, so this game was a lot closer than that even. I mean, this was a very entertaining game to watch, with the back and forth, with the Storm at one point being down by 16, climbing back a little bit, then being down by 11 points in the fourth quarter with 3 minutes left to go, only to tie it to get us into overtime, and then to get into double overtime. And then, unfortunately, at the end of that first overtime, Jewel Lloyd fouled out, so we didn't have her in the second overtime, and that could have made a big difference. And another thing that I think is making a big difference right now is not having Nika Mule, who did not get to play in this game again because, and they were really waiting. From what I understand, they're really waiting like up till game time to see if hopefully her work visa would get approved in time. But yet again, for game 2, still not approved. And yeah, she could really make a big difference on this team right now, I think. Without her being able to rotate in, this rotation is not exactly what you would hope it would be right now. Yeah, in my eyes, anyways, that makes a big difference. Again, she's somebody who could match up. I mean, Minnesota, again, like I said, they are going to be a playoff team for certain. Okay, and they have a lot of really good offensive players on here. If you get somebody like a Nika Mule in there to play some defense, maybe they score a little bit less. Now, there was a lot of steals in this game. There was a lot of turnovers. Minnesota did turn the ball over 27 times total as a team. And out of those 27 times, we had 20 steals, 8 blocks as a team. We ourselves, though, were not great on protecting the ball. 24 turnovers for us. And that's going to be something that I hope Noelle Quinn addresses with her team. I saw it with Horston. I saw it with Diggin Smith. I saw it with Lloyd. Some of your star players, you got to get your head in the game. You can't be making some of the decisions that they were making with the ball. Some of those passes being real lazy. You can't be that lazy with those passes. This is professional basketball. Get in it, get your head in the game, stay focused, and don't give the team easy steals like that and easy points. So I mean, as good as this game was and as fun as it was to watch, there were some things in there that you gotta look at it and you walk away saying that game could have been ours if we were, again, a little bit more protective of that ball, not just handing it over and giving it away with some lackadaisical passes, or passes that you just shouldn't be making. Making a cross court pass like that with a defender in the lane, you can't be doing that. That's an easy pick off for the defender. Can't be doing that. So the other thing I'm noticing with this team, we're only 2 games in, and you're looking at Lloyd and Magbagor. Those are your returning starters. Okay, everybody else is new in the starting positions, so you can really tell with the star power we have in this team, they're still learning in each other, because there was a lot of great individual moments that I saw throughout this game, and there was consistent individual moments, but there wasn't always consistent team moments. And again, what I mean by that is, again, I saw the lackadaisical passing, I saw miscommunications, I saw players being out of position, and again, that's just something they haven't had a lot of time to play with each other yet, so they're still learning each other. Again, the game one, it was tough against the Lynx, and then game two, yeah, it was tough, hard fought, but they came back stronger, worked it all the way into double overtime. So to me, with as close as we're keeping it and as good as we're being right now, it's only going to get better as these players' chemistry gets stronger. Because right now, again, the way I see it, the chemistry isn't all quite there yet, and that is something that's holding them back. They're all still figuring out their place. Lloyd is figuring out her new role, as well as Agumake and Diggin Smith, and how they mesh together. Right? They're still feeling each other out and figuring that out. So I think that's kind of affecting their play, and they'll get that figured out in time, and this team is just going to get stronger, and it won't just be strong individual moments. We'll be seeing like strong team play that is going to help them get over the hump and get some of these wins. Now, the other thing is we need Diggin Smith and Lloyd to produce like we think they can produce. Now, you're going to look at the points and say Diggin Smith had 22 points today. Lloyd had 20 points today. They both, doubled or more than doubled their points from the last game. That's great, but they were not efficient. Diggin Smith 8 for 22. Lloyd was 4 for 21. 3-pointers. Diggin Smith was 0 for 4. Lloyd was 2 for 6. That's not usually how they are. The way Lloyd got her points is she was so good. She was driving those fouls. 10 for 11 from free throws. Diggin Smith was 6 for 7 from free throw. So this team was being good. They were aggressive in the paint. Again, something that I'm really glad to be seeing already this year that we did not have last year. And again, just as this team builds that chemistry, they're just going to keep getting better and better. They'll have that. We already see how well they've done in the paint the first 2 games. And then as that develops, that should open up more shots for those mid-range and three ball shots, right? So I think it's just only going to get better. They're just feeling each other out right now. Once they got it, this seems going to be something. I mean, again, I've just been really impressed with how much better the defense is this year than last year. Listen to this. Agumake 5, Magbagor 2, Diggin Smith 3, Lloyd 2, Russell 2, Whitcomb 3, Horston 3. All those numbers I read off were steals. Oh, so many players on this team with so many steals tonight. Blocks, Agumake 1, Magbagor 2, Diggin Smith 3, Vivian's 1, Horston 1. Really good defense right now. They're just still trying to figure out their roles and figure each other out on offense. Once they do, they'll get some wins. Let me know what you thought of this game. I thought it was fun, but leave it in the comments how you felt about it and how you think this team is going to go moving forward. Now, NECA, she did get injured in that double overtime. She rolled her ankle, but from what I've read from I saw it on Storm Chasers Twitter account saying that they talked to NECA after the game, and NECA said it was just a rolled ankle. She should be fine, and that's just part of basketball. So we're thankful that is the case, because we don't want to lose NECA for any amount of time. She's going to be an important part of us winning. Now, our next game is going to be Sunday against the Washington Mystics, and this is a game that I would feel confident in. So hopefully, this is where we pick up our first win. Let me know if you think they can get it done there. And yeah, like I said, leave those comments. How did you think this team looked once they got going? They really got going. Like I said, it just felt like there was a portion where you could really tell like they just didn't have the rhythm. They didn't have that chemistry. As the game went on, it got better. And they were able to get results. They were at least able to get this into 2 overtimes. Now, hopefully, this is something that they can get going right from the start in the next game, and then keep it up throughout. And I think that that'll get them a win. All right. Like I said, leave those comments, hit subscribe. We're over 240 subscribers to the channel right now. It just keeps growing. I love it. I'm loving seeing how many views and how many downloads I'm getting for these Seattle Storm episodes that I'm putting up. So it's clear and obvious to me that people are just like it has been over the last number of years now. The WNBA is continuing to grow. Caitlin Clark, just bringing in more, it brings even more interest in. So I'm really excited about that, and I'm excited to see, just based off of the download numbers, seeing that you guys are excited about it too. So leave me that feedback. Let me know. Speaking of those podcast listeners that are getting those download numbers up, please hit subscribe, hit follow, whatever you do to make sure you get each of these episodes as soon as they come out, and leave a 5-star rating and a written review, because that's going to help more people find the show. And thank you so much for listening to the Seattle Sports Show, where we watch legends awaken. So take cover, because with the sea of sound, you will see us rise to reign supreme and win forever.